there are many things you need to put into consideration before giving birth to a child or bringing a child into the world. We've outlined a checklist of things that you will need and a checklist of things we had to consider before venturing into getting pregnant or even going through that process at all.
Yeah, so if you're about to get married or you just got married and you're considering to get pregnant, please sit tight because you will need to listen to this and this will help you.
So moving on into the deeper parts of our conversation, right? What do you think, babe, people need to consider before considering having a baby?
Yeah, the first thing you need to consider before getting pregnant or before birthing a child into this world is finance.
Money.
Yes.
Ego.
Money is as important as anything.
True.
You need to check your financial stability as a couple.
Yeah.
Are you ready at this time to bring forth a child into this world? Do you have the financial capacity to take care of this child that you want to bring into this world?
And the saddest part about this financial area is that many people don't even want to consider this part when bringing for the child. They just think, it's not rocket science now. It's normal. After you marry, you're supposed to give your wife belly and then, bring a child into the world. But you need to consider that financial area. I see a lot of kids roaming around in the streets, begging, because some of them, I'm not saying because for like the Almajiris and these northern guys who you see their street kids roaming around, some of them are wealthy. It's just a culture amongst Muslims. Before you bring any child into the world, I think it's important to consider how well you are able to take care of that child.
Yeah.
Because God will hold us responsible for the children that will bring into the world. That is why when you're not ready for it, don't go for it.
Yes, don't go for it. So you're going to look at this stage of your life right now, considering everything that you spend money on. Can you afford to, bring on a human
into the world, extra
world.
human into the world? And the economy is getting worse. In this Tinubu economy, before we used to call it Buhari economy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's realistic? Because the things that are normally how much before has now tripled in price, right?
Yeah, because I can still remember going to the market, a tomato that I get for 500 and buy it for 2,000.
It's
you can just imagine.
It's crazy.
So are you financially ready to bring forth a child? Are you ready to buy Pampers? Because you will buy Pampers.
My eyes have seen my ears.
So yeah, you're going to buy Pampers.
A lot of them.
A lot of Pampers. You buy milk. You buy a lot of things. You buy clothes. And the funny thing about this thing is that these little babies, these little beautiful creatures, they grow very fast. So by the time you buy this month, before you know it, you buy next month, you will buy
and
next month.
And the budget is increasing.
And it goes on and
it's
on.
Increasing. There are some months you actually plan your money, right, the way you want it to go. And things just radically change because your baby has some emergency needs that is outside your budget.
Yeah.
So it's really something that every couple needs to prepare for before saying they want to bring a baby into the world. What's the next thing people need to consider?
Yeah. So the second thing that you will need to consider before getting pregnant is your mental ability.
Mental abilities
Yes.
is very, very important. Now, talking about mental capacity abilities, see, guys, to nurture a pregnant woman and to see her through. I'm talking from a man's perspective now.
Yeah.
To see her through pregnancy, it is not an easy task. I tell you. Yeah, sometimes they have cravings. Wild cravings. Although my wife didn't have as much cravings, but I used to hear stories, trust me.
Yeah.
Some women literally would love to eat sand. You must get that
And
sand.
some very weird cravings.
I'm serious. Like, one of my friends told me the one hilarious story of how, by 2 a.m. his wife woke him up and said that he wanted pizza, that they had to drive late in the night to go, and he had to drive late in the night to go and get pizza. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Taking care of a pregnant woman. So beware. You have to be ready mentally. After that stressful work of yours,
Yeah.
are you ready to still, give your wife attention with her big stomach, and all of her complaints and all of her needs for massage and cuddles during that season?
Yeah, because if you are not mentally ready, or you don't have the mental ability to bring forth a child, please don't, because you'll be giving yourself a whole lot of stress, a whole lot of frustration.
Yeah.
We are not saying that challenges won't come, but when they come, you'll be able to manage them better. So you need to mentally condition your mind to take care of a child, to bring forth a child. You need to mentally condition your mind.
Yes, and then for the woman also, there is actually the stress involved in carrying a baby.
Yes.
I remember my wife used to always complains about, hey, my back, hey, my waist, oh, tomorrow. Like, there is always stress.
And I can still remember.
Then I think there is also something about going to the hospital weekly or something for checkup. What do they call that thing?
Antenatal.
Prenatal. Antenatal. Yes. Are you right? Do you have the time to go for antenatal weekly? Yeah, I know offices give that break and all of that, but are you ready for all of that?
Yeah. And another thing about mental ability is that, are you mentally able to also take care of the child when they come? Because children come with their own discomfort. They will cry, they need attention, they truly rely on you.
How much do we sleep? When you just gave birth, how well were we sleeping? See, I will finish, like, Ethan will wake us up around sometimes 2 a.m. in the morning, right? You will have to wake up and stay up with that child, no matter how stressful your day is.
You don't have a choice.
You don't have the choice. Otherwise, except you want all the whole entire neighborhood to wake up because of your child.
And and you don't want to be a wicked mother, or you don't want to be a wicked father. So do not bring forth a child that you're not ready to mentally take care of, like you are not ready.
Yeah. So the bottom line of everything we're saying is that there is great mental strain involved in taking care of a newborn, and also even in nurturing them. Even till date, right? We don't leave our baby boy alone, no matter what. There always has to be somebody with them, right? And if you're not as lucky as we are, to have somebody who once in a while also pitches in and stays there, it will be extremely difficult
very difficult
for both of you. So that is quite important.
One of the things that can limit you from conceiving is some contraceptives that you are taking. So you're planning on conceiving. What do you need to stop doing? You need to stop doing some certain things. So you need to stop some contraceptive. You need to stop drinking. You need to stop alcohol. So talk about the things that.
So we all know that it's practically impossible to take in when you are in a certain habit. For example, just like my wife mentioned, if you're a drinker, that will reduce your sperm count as a man.
Is that sounds like a drinker?
Yes, no, it's an English word, drinkers.
Even use talker. Sounding like Nigerian English.
Of course, I think Nigerians use that a lot.
And another thing again that you need to stop doing is you need to start eating healthy. So having a healthy
eating habits
is very, very important. So you need to see your doctor, you need to see the nutritionist to give you a plan, that you can follow in order to be able to conceive easily and seamlessly.
Yes, and one thing about children is that when you have children, they draw from your nutrients. So you have to be ready. You really have to be physically ready to be able to give part of your own nutrient to that child. If you're not fit, I'm telling you that it would, like, I know some people who literally had to spend months in the hospital, just so that they can be under doctor's monitoring and supervision in order to be able to carry a child successfully. So you don't want to be in that situation whereby you are anemic and then you are unable to carry or supply that child the necessary nutrient that they need. So develop a healthy eating habit.
So the next thing that we're going to be looking at is for you to save for your unborn child. You want to bet a child, start saving up for them, start putting money together for them. It is very, very important. You can go ahead to open an account for them. I have a friend of mine that while he was preparing for his wedding, he already opened 3 accounts for his children. While he was preparing for his wedding,
we're actually not saying you should go and open 3 accounts for your children, because I think 3 accounts is quite a lot for an unborn child, right? But the point is basically you need to begin to save.
No, the thing is that he opened 3 accounts for 3 different children, not for 1 child.
Oh, even the future unborn.
Exactly. So he already had a plan. You can see how far people even go in planning to birth a child.
Interesting. Well,
so another thing that I would like to talk about is for you to figure out the living condition for the child and for yourself too. So you're going to look at where you're living right now. Is it good enough
conducive
to accommodate a child too?
Yes. Like, for example, if you live in an unsafe environment and you want to birth a child, how will that child survive that environment? As a young person, as a young couple, you can stay virtually anywhere, right? But when a child comes into the picture, there's a lot to consider. Like, I remember for us, we had to move. We had to move to a more quieter environment just because we're expecting a child. So consider this before getting into childbirth.
And also look at the hygiene of the child. Is the place conducive for the person, the child, in the aspect of hygiene?
Some environments are dirty, some environments are just pollute. It will pollute that child when the child gets into the environment. So let's just be careful in that area.
So the last thing we would like to talk about is for you to evaluate your job. Would you like to continue working during your pregnancy, or would you want to quit your job? Would you want to do a business for the women? Would you want to do a business for the men? What do you need to put in place in the aspect of your job? Because there's a whole lot of changes that will happen when you want to birth a child.
Trust me, it's quite difficult to be pregnant and work a job. It's quite difficult. I've had colleagues in the past who were pregnant and also we're still working. It wasn't an easy ride for them, right? So you need to evaluate if you want to do that, and also another thing to consider is, if you're a man who is not carrying the baby, will you bring in help to come and help your wife? Like, all of these things are things that you need to pre-plan in order to prepare for an incoming baby. So thank you guys for watching this video. We hope you were able to pick 1 or 2 things that would help you navigate this journey of childbirth. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do leave us a sub. It actually helps us to do better and improve the quality of our production here. Please also share this video with people who you feel will need this video. And I think that's all we have for them this week, right?
Thank you guys for watching. We love you, and
bye.
bye-bye.